Good afternoon. This is my first time on YouTube live, and I hope my message meets you well. Good afternoon once again. So, unlike other professionals who know their way around YouTube, I really don't. So, if you can see the title, I just went straight to the title of my video, which is National Democratic Congress, and then my message is why I've decided to vote for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Over the period, we Ghanaians have seen what the former president did and what the current president in person of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has also done with his administration. And some of the things they tout to have done is free SHS, build was it 120 or 20,000 kilometers of road. They've had to say that they trained Kayaye and mention some of the training areas to be Medina. They've also had to say that what they've improved the fundamentals of our finances. They've they promised they were going to do one district, one dam, ambulances, as though those things bring money to our pocket. Well, they are entitled to their opinion, and I'm not here to lambast anybody. But then again, I was on my way to the office, and then I used the WAEC newly built office at Airport Residential area. You use that road and you emerge at Foreign Affairs. For lack of a better word, I think it's around Kalkudi or close to the Chinese embassy. I saw this large crowd of kids standing. So I asked what they were doing. And they're like, they're writing off deck. So then I proceeded to ask, why are you writing off deck? I thought the free SHS and it's working fine. So why? I mean, I've heard that people pass and there's no need for you to burden your family or your parents also today. Only for one kid say, Uncle, please, can you park? And so we talk. I obliged. So I got down and I asked what their names were. And they mentioned their name. I also mentioned my name. And they were like, Uncle, we go to school for 29 days. We come back home to rest 67 days. And the teachers don't teach us anything because they say that the free SHS kind of limits them to go all out because back then when we were in school, we were paying fees, but you could go for extra classes within the school and all that. Ask for explanations as to topics that did not really sit with you or something. But now even teachers fear to do extra classes. So according to the girl, they are writing the NOV deck to cushion them because they know that the SSC is not enough for them to be able to pass. What bothered me was much more of seeing these young kids, 14, 15, 16, 17, who are supposed to be in school and not be home and in need of going to ride up deck. So I proceeded to ask second question, and they're like, most of their mates never came back to school after the first year because they got pregnant. So I was like, how? I said, Uncle, imagine I'm from a good home. I don't know what will, I don't know what smoking, I don't know what drinking, I don't know the opposite sex. But we come to school, meet all forms of characters. And the negative characters are the ones that are easily picked by these children of today, as they are called Gen Zs. She said some of them, when they are going back home, they go having boyfriends, some getting sugar daddies. So by the time school, after staying the 67 days or whatever, by the time they come back to school, some of them don't come because after all, they are going to school for a better life. So if they can get the men to give them, why not? And before you realize, some are pregnant. So I asked, would you say NHIS is good? And for that matter, you'd want to stay, vote for the city? And the answer simultaneously was no. And I'm like, oh, how? Said the free SHS. They don't think the government was ready. Just as His Excellency John Dramani Mahama said, that we cannot start free SHS on a whimsical, you know best. So therefore requires preparation. Now, I got to the office and I'm like, wait a minute. The message out there, free SHS, free SHS, free SHS, yet these children are not passing. Some are falling out of school because of pregnancy. The boys are not going back to school. They form gangs and influential complex. Has the government ever sat down, called these students in a forum and asked, what are your challenges? What are the importance and what are the disadvantages? So as to really make this free SHS work? My answer is no. If you send me to school and because of free SHS, maybe my field was TVET, but you took me to, let's say, Pope Jones, let's say, who don't do these things, or let's say, Presec, how have you helped me? Then again, would it have been wrong if Akufo-Addo came to finish all Mohammed school projects and had the children going to school at the same time as we did? My point is, we should stop being partisan. Because me, as I'm seated here, the economy has really affected my business. It has limited my inflow of cash. It has limited the help I give to people. And so, yes, I know who I want to vote for. Don't go taking some small amount of money like Lydia Hassan Edem was doing, Sayam was doing at Ayawaso, and suffer. When they give you the money, take it. But make sure you vote against them. MPP aside, a lot of my relatives or people I know from job, as soon as they came and planted the next week, their girlfriends. And I can make inference to NHI's head office, how people were laid off in February, leading to 3rd March, when they came into power. And today you're coming to the same people that what they should vote for you. As for Baromia, I don't know. Baromia is like my son that I have just bought a new gift for. Suppose let's say a car. He's just excited, desperate to become president when he knows nothing about it. After all, he says he's a driver's mate. But my question is, I jumped on an item and I asked myself, why can the MPP lie so much that, like what they call propaganda, you believe it as though it is true? Last 2 days, I had the opportunity to meet a journalist who was interviewing a lady we all have seen on social media as being one of the Kayayes that drives a bus. And she said it's not true. She runs her own transport company. She's been in business for a while. She doesn't know where that news is from. However, I have been driving since 2011 without license. And when I finally got license, I think I got it around 2015. Yeah, I have tried to upgrade my license to F because I needed it for a job abroad. So now I'm not gotten to the F because maybe you can say I don't follow the process, or once a while then I will check on it. I'm sorry. But I know from B, you go to C, then D, then E, then F. E represents, heavy duty, like those excavators and things. So at what point did the Kaya women get the F line to drive the bus? Because their license should either be or E to be able to do that. So you see, when we say MPP is a lying party, two, is Baumia a Muslim or a Christian? That he can lie through his teeth just because he wants to be president. It's so sad seeing the children standing by the roadside waiting for the exam time. But my question is, what would have happened if Nanado you had built or finished Miami schools and placed your grandchildren there? Come Saturday, let's please go in our numbers to vote for Excellency Dramani Mami because he would not, and he hasn't even thought about it, cancel free SHS. Thank you. Like I said, this is my first ever live. Vote Ghana, vote NDC, vote Prosperity. Thank you.